Okay, here we go. We are live right now, Wagwan people. Okay, we are live. We are live. We are live. It is 9:47 p.m. on the 28th of June of 2020. I'm about to play a little bit of The Last of Us Part 2. Just a little bit of The Last of Us Part 2. Let me switch over this screen so y'all can see what I can see. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It is the weekend. Well, a weekend for some, the weekday for others. Depends on when you gotta go to work. Depending on when you gotta go to work or school. Well, hopefully nobody's going to school for the night at least. I don't think anybody's going to school just anyway. But schools are still shut for now. At least in the UK. I don't know about other parts of the world. But I believe schools are still shut for now. I think until September. Which makes sense. I mean, there's no point opening up now when it's like, really, why? You know, why? Let me put this light on for a second. Just to get a little bit more light in here. Hopefully it don't get too hot though. Seems a bit cool now. It's in the evening, so it seems a bit cooler now. Not as humid as before. So yeah, I want to play a little bit of The Last of Us. I might switch over to Halo Guardians in a little while. But this might be a short stream. See how I'm feeling. Put out a new video today on the YouTube channel and on the Instagram. When cinemas reopen, make sure you check that out. Waiting for this game. It's a long loading. I don't think it's as long as Grand Theft Auto. Nothing takes as long to load as Grand Theft Auto. I believe that's probably the longest loading game ever. But it's still a pretty long load. But yeah, so I have completed this game. I'm playing it again on its highest difficulty setting because that's how I roll. See if I can platinum the game. I didn't platinum the last game actually. I did not platinum the last game, mainly because you had to do I did everything except the online missions, because the online missions took long. And I was like, nah, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. They're just taking long. But I did everything but the online missions when it came to The Last of Us Part 1. With the Uncharted games though, I platinumed every single Uncharted game except I got made. Yeah, she can deal with those. Damn it. Sometimes we leave them alone, we don't help out. But yeah, I platinumed every single Uncharted game except Lost Legacy. That's the only Uncharted game that I played that I did not platinum. But yeah, even Golden Abyss, I platinumed that. Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 all platinumed. I never did play the cards game that they released. What's going on there? Oh. I never did play. There was a card game they released. What was it called? Uncharted. I don't remember, but it came out on like the PSP or PS Vita. But yeah, I never played that. I think I played like a little bit of it, and it just wasn't for me. Fortune something or other. But yeah, I never played that. Oh, all the ones that I played, I platinumed them all. Try and take care of this. Oh, got made. Shoot. Oh, grabbed that out of nowhere though. But yeah, that's the only one that I have. What did I say? So yeah, it's the only one that I haven't platinum was a Fortune something. Oh, sorry, no, the only one I haven't played was a Fortune something. The only one I haven't platinumed that out of what I played was Lost Legacy. So I keep on my upgrades, I don't keep on my weapons. Yo, wagwan, Mr. Man. Mr. Man, the man. How you doing today, sir? Ooh. Oh, damn it. Yo, what's this? Oh, big up. Ooh. Mr. Man with the 11-month subscription plan. Yo, thank you. Man, one. And you got a special emote for that. Okay, what's that? Looks like a claw or something. What's that? A hand claw? I can't even tell what that is. Oh wait, I got the emote thanks to Mr. Man's subscription. Okay, cool. I thought it said you got the emote. No, my bad. I got the emote because you subscribed. I can't really tell what it is, but it looks like some kind of claw thing. Let me tell us if I click thank. Trying to say I'm bad at Twitch. That's so good. You're plenty good at Twitch as far as I can tell. But how you doing, man? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining the live stream. Yeah. I'm Ooh, let me get out of the way. Yeah, I'm playing this game for the second time now. I've beaten it already. Playing it again now on its highest difficulty setting. Good. Had a oh, okay. Oh, damn it. Good. Had a rest. How's this game then? You know, I like it. I really like it. You know, I realize not everybody likes it. It is what it is. I realize that it's definitely gotten some polarizing views, but yeah, you know, I think it's done really well. I think I've enjoyed my time playing it. I thought the gameplay is really intense. The story is really intense. It definitely takes some risks in its storytelling, I think, and perhaps not all those risks went down well with everybody. But you know what? I enjoyed it. I thought they did a pretty good job of combining a really good story with really good gameplay. And yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a perfect game. Like, I'm not sure I'd go that far. Like, I'm not sure I use the term masterpiece personally. But, you know, definitely very good. Definitely worth the money I paid for it. And definitely a recommended game to try out at some point. Which I believe Mac Mills is trying out right now, actually, as I understand. Ooh, ooh. Oh, come on, man. But yeah, this is yeah, this is a high difficulty mode, so I'm getting spotted real easy. Enemies are alert on this mode. Gets to be careful. Yeah, he keeps playing it while I'm trying to sleep. I need to put the PS4 back in the shop. Guess he'll be playing it while you're working then, if you put it there. Which way are you going? Oh, come on. I did not get made. Oh, jeez. Ugh. Oh. Do you have any plans on playing this once he's done with it, or at any point? If you do plan on playing it, I'll be sure to let you know before any major spoilers come up. That might be a while before I get there because, boy, this is a. I might need to find another way of dealing with that clicker. because I don't seem to be working. Oof. Try back over here. Try back over here. I need to try and get rid of some of these. Oh, he's way over there though, isn't he? Okay, so I think they've got 1 run and 2 clickers right now. I know the clickers are blind, so I just need to be real quiet around the clickers. But they won't actually see me as long as... this guy though. Why is he so far out? Oof, too close, man, too close. I'm good, I already saw the spoilers. I think I'm reduced down to Streets of Rage for this year. Hey, not a bad game to be playing though still. But yeah, man. Ooh. Oh, come on. Oh, shit. Yeah, I managed to avoid spoilers for this game. Like most of pretty much all the spoilers. I mean, maybe some very, very minor, if you can even call them spoilers, I did see. But certainly as far as all like the big, major stuff that happened, I did manage to avoid that. So I'm pretty glad I was able to do that sort of thing. Because, yeah... I think anytime you play a game or watch a movie, the less you know about what happens, the better. And the more you can just like, you know, experience it for what it is, you know, while playing it, rather than thinking to yourself, oh, this is when that's going to happen, or this is when this is going to happen, oh, this must be when this bit's going to, you know what I mean? Because when you're anticipating things, it really does, especially the big beats, you know, the big points, it really does, you know, ruin that viewing experience of being able to appreciate what the artist is trying to do. But yeah, I've been working on the Fantastic Four video. It's almost done. Still got a little bit more writing to get through. Oof. Okay, that's 1 clicker down. I saw the guitar scene, that was enough to put me off. All joking aside, I heard this is a good game from the people who bothered to play it. You know what? Yeah, that's the kind of impression I'm getting. Like a lot of people, and maybe not everybody certainly, but it just seems to me, that of all the people I've come across that didn't like this game, had some kind of negative view of it, they either didn't actually play the game, you know, they maybe watched like a live stream or something like that, or based it on, you know, what the spoilers were saying, or they didn't actually complete the game. I saw a few people who were like, who didn't actually complete it. I played a little bit of it, maybe played 2-3 hours of it and then put it down. I never bothered with it. I decided, oh, I don't like this game, I'm not even going to bother with it. Okay. And then another video I saw of somebody who said they didn't like it, who had completed the game, but when they showed their gameplay footage, and perhaps I'm assuming a bit too much here to be fair, but when I saw the gameplay footage that they showed of them playing the game, it looked to me like they were playing on easy mode. Like legit, straight up pussy mode. You know, because they were so like themselves. Like there was a bit where they were getting shot, and they must have got shot like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times or something like that before they actually died. And I'm like, wait a minute, what kind of what nah, come on, man. You can't review a game if you only played it on easy. Like, I mean, I ain't trying to be elitist or nothing, but you gotta play on at least normal difficulty to oh shit. Oh, Dana, do you want to help out? Oh shit. Oh. Ah. Oh, damn it. So yeah, that seems to be like my kind of thing on it. Like everybody, at least everybody I've come across that didn't like it, either A, didn't actually play it, B, didn't actually complete it, or C, played it on easy mode. And the easy mode bit, granted, I can't confirm that, but that's how it seems to me. That's just how it seems to me. But in any case, I played it. I played it all the way through, and I liked it. I thought, like, yeah, it was really done well, story-wise, gameplay-wise. You know, I feel like the original game did not need a sequel, but the sequel that we got, you know, totally worthwhile. Totally worthwhile. Oof. You know, there's enough familiar for it to be a sequel, a recognizable sequel. Shit, turn around. But then enough different for it to be, you know, its own game. So, yeah. But yeah, I just felt like the reasons that a lot of people gave for not liking it, personally for me, I felt most of them just weren't that good a reason. Like some people, I mean, look, if you genuinely just didn't enjoy it, like it just wasn't clicking with you, you didn't resonate with it, you thought the story was maybe boring or whatever, you thought the gameplay was not that inspiring or whatever, okay, it is what it is. Like, no, it's not everything's going to please everybody. But when I heard some of the reasons that were given as to why they felt this game was trash, I was like, you know what, come on, you're going to do better than that. They gave some bull-shizzle reasons. Like, one of the biggest ones I saw was this new character called Abby. And they're like, oh, who's this Abby girl? This Abby girl just comes out of nowhere, and then she's in the game. And I'm like, wait a minute, like, anytime you have a sequel to something where you have new characters, of course they come out of nowhere. Like, of course you didn't know who they were before. That's... oh, flipping hell, man. But I'm not going to get past this level, am I? It's like, when have you ever seen a sequel to something that had a new character, and right away you knew who those new characters were? Right from the, of course you didn't know who they were from the beginning. Like, that's the whole thing about having a new character. You get introduced to them, you go through the film, the game, whatever, and then you know who they are. Like, that's how that works. But anyway, Easy mode. You'll never get Megan Thee Stallion playing that way. Right, exactly. Easy mode. Already set their opinion to hate him for real, man. That's the impression I'm getting. That's the impression I'm getting. Like, there was some leaks going around about the, say, sexual identity or gender identity of some of the characters that would happen before the game was released. And I think some people decided that from that they're not going to like it, you know. And to me, it's not even about whether, you know, you support gay rights or you support trans rights. To me, that's nothing to do with it. It's like a good game was a good game regardless of that, you know. Like, that's not the point of the game. But shit, don't turn around, man. Oh shit. Oh shit. I need you to reload your weapon a bit faster, Ellie. You want to reload your weapon? Oh, damn it. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is like, it just seems silly to me where you decide an entire game is trash just because one character or a couple of characters you know, have an identity thing. Is like, I don't know. You always get those same arguments as well, like keep politics out of video games, keep politics out of video games. And I don't think people who give that argument realize how dumb that is. You know, like, pretty much every kind of creative media, you know, has some kind of political, social, religious view to it. You know, maybe it's not always blatant, and maybe it's, you know, maybe it's not always in your face, to be fair. But pretty much every kind of media would have some kind of political skew. Like, how the reason for it to exist is to either give some kind of viewpoint, to send some kind of message, whether that be a religious message, a political message, or a social message. But that's what games, that's what art has been doing for the longest time. You know, so this idea of, you know, keep politics out of it's dumb. It's actually pretty dumb. Oh shit, why are you coming this way? Oh, flipping hell. I mean, what they really mean is keep politics that I don't agree with out of video games. That's what they really want to say. Keep the stuff that I disagree with out of video games that I might want to play. That's what they really want to say. But yeah, Shane Dawson is a trash person. Oh man, you know what? I'm not even surprised, to be honest. I'm not even surprised that he's a bit shady. You know, like, just, I mean, not that I called it. I'm not trying to say I didn't call it, but just, you know, looking back at some of the stuff that he's done over the years, it doesn't surprise me that he's a bit shady. But that's just such a low, man. Like, and then he wants to come and say he was joking. Like, dude, you was not joking. Like, he was not joking. Like, come on. Don't tarnish people who make jokes with your bollocks opinions and then try to act like it was no, that guy was not joking. He was on a podcast giving his reasoned opinion as to why it's okay to masturbate to children. Like, that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. And then he was like on some video where he was pretending to jack off to like an old picture of Willow Smith, and he's once, oh, I was joking. No, dude, you were not joking. You were not joking at all. Oh, about to get made again. Ugh. It happens. They did it with Black Panther as well. Fuck it. Play the game, watch the film, and keep away from these fools. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, man. It's like pretty much any time there's a movie that has, say, a big movie or a big video game that features a character that isn't straight white male, that kind of thing happens, you know. And well, actually, no, that's probably not fair. That's probably not fair. Maybe not straight white male. More, I guess it's more straight male. If it's not straight male. And that's not to say that, of course, there's lots of video games that have female characters in them, and lots of them done really well. Lara Croft, for example, the Tomb Raider games. So it's not, but it's just, I don't know. It just seems to be like, if the women don't fit that titulated bimbo type image, then there's a problem. You know what I mean? Like when they reduced Lara Croft's boob size, like that was a problem. Or what was it? I can't remember some of the other ones actually. But there's been quite a few over the years where people have complained about, oh yeah, there's some stuff with Overwatch. When they revealed that one of the characters, what's the name? Elle? I can't remember her name. The British girl. She's gay, so that was a problem. Or Apex Legends, when they revealed one of the characters was gay, that was a problem. I was like, how much time do these people have? You know what I mean? Like, how much time do you have? Like, does it matter? The game isn't about, like, sucking dudes' dicks. You know what I mean? It's just shooting people. Does it really matter if one of the characters kisses boys when he's not shooting people? Like, so what? I swear, people just got way too much time on their hands, man. For reals, for real. But yeah, got to stay away from all of that. Yeah, always claim that you don't have a problem with gay people except when it's in a computer. Right, you know what I mean? It's that same old thing, you know what I mean? I'm not racist. I just don't want black people in my video games. I'm not homophobic. I just don't want gay people in my video games. Gots to be super careful, man. Especially man don't got the shit. Oh shit. Oof. Ooh. Got him. How's things in general? Your way, I hear they're thinking about shutting down Leicester. Damn, I didn't hear that. Things are going okay, I'd say, as far as things, and the lockdown seems to be easing out. There's more and more restrictions being lifted, so from the 20th of July is when cinemas open, and I think it's 4th of July is when like pubs and bars and stuff like that reopen. So yeah, it looks like we're moving in the right direction. More and more places reopening and in. It's just really just I hope that we don't have to. I mean, there's been a few that people do like the parties and like the illegal parties, and then I've heard about police shutting stuff down like that. So hopefully we don't get a second outbreak. But yeah, so far so good. The infection rate seems to be going down. So yeah. So as from that, still doing the cabin. Still trying to make peas. Yeah, this is a new game mechanic. But yeah, I've got to wear a mask in the cab. That's like the rules now, isn't it? I don't mind the mask so much. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather not have to wear a mask, but it's not a big deal. You know. These horses must be cold. Yeah, how's the shop doing? We went for a drive. Went for a drive the other night, and the patrol cars were out in force again. I don't know if they were running drills. Ooh. Oh, where did Dina go? I lost Dina. Running drills, getting ready for when the pubs are open. Possibly. Possibly. Or just looking for like ethnic to arrest. You can't trust a policeman. Oh snap, man's lost Stina, you know. You know, this happened the last time I played it. I actually lost Dina. So I guess it's part of the game that you're supposed to lose her. I just can't remember where I went to find her.
I can see you! Dina! Oh, thank God. Come on. This way.
Which way?
Where are we going? Just trust me.
This way? Oh, there she is. We found Dina.
Get inside.
Oof. Ugh.
I'll get the door.
But yeah, man. Been seeing way too many stories about police brutality lately. I mean, one is too many, but I saw this one that just absolutely disgusted me, man. It's like this woman who was pregnant, and the police dragged her out of the car. You know, dragged her out of the car, had her on the floor, tased her stomach. Yeah? Tased her stomach. And I read later, I was reading through the whole thing. She ended up miscarrying, like after she had a miscarriage, and it's like, flipping hell, man. Like, what is wrong with, like, how can you be in a position where your job is to serve and protect, and people end up being more scared of you than they are of the criminals? Like, at this point, if I have trouble in my house, whatever, I'm more worried that I'm gonna get shot if I call the police or something than, you know what I mean, a guy getting arrested or whatever. Like, it's, yeah, you saw that, man. It's just crazy, man.
Definitely Eugene's place. It was a firefly? He started to tell me. I had no idea. Yeah. I got this. Shit. Like what? He said he'd blow up a checkpoint. Killed 3 soldiers. And 2 civilians. Jesus. He also told me that he and Tommy almost killed somebody in the head. Make it worse.
Hey, Tommy Savage.
He and Joel did a lot to survive after the outbreak.
Yeah, man. It's just crazy the world we live in, man. Look at this. PS3. Whoop. It don't work though. It's a shame. It's a shame it don't work. You can't pick up the controllers and start playing some old school games. In fact, look at that. I don't know if you could say, but that's Uncharted. That's Uncharted 2 right there. Can I zoom in? What else is there? I can't see what this one is. I can't see what that game is, but this is definitely Uncharted 2. So you know what that means? That means Uncharted 2 exists in the same world as The Last of Us. That's what that means. That means Naughty Dog exists in their concrete universe. I wonder if the game The Last of Us exists in this game. Like, if there's somewhere around you can find a copy of The Last of Us. That would be pretty cool. I've got some vinyls down here. Can't see what they are though. I can't kneel down. Ah, flipping out.
Oh my god. It's Tommy and Eugene.
Eugene's family.
Hey, found the generator.
Oof.
Impressive workbench, Eugene.
I don't do much gun modding in the first one. Well, I did a little bit, actually, to be fair. Alright. Guess I did a little bit. I didn't do much people upgrading, though. Capacity, stability. Let's go with stability. That's more important. I think I have met like one decent copper in my whole life. The rest try to fuck with you and belittle you at every opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I know that I've been lucky in terms of my interactions with the police. Hasn't been that bad, you know. Like for the most part, it's, I wouldn't say it's always been positive, but certainly it hasn't been like where I've been like dragged around, you know what I mean? Like some of the stuff that I hear that people have gone through with the police is ridiculous. So I know I've been lucky in that respect. But yeah, it's like, just because that's my experience doesn't mean that makes them okay, you know, because I still feel like I wouldn't want to call the police just in case, you know. That's how I feel. Like, even though I haven't had like that super bad experience with her, but it's kind of like, well, I also recognize that it's not anything that I've done specifically to get that. It's just been my luck so far. You never know when your luck's gonna run out. You know what I mean? So yeah, defund the police. I'm all for that. All for that. This guy's got a PC. Am I just going backwards for nothing, by the way? I think I might be. There we go. Don't call police, they don't help.
Well, it's obviously a sex den. That's why he didn't tell you about it. I hope it's a sex den. For his sake. He's so lonely, man. It's probably just like a giant team to share.
Yeah, this is where Eugene came to jerk off.
Oh my god. It's weed. It's a lot of dead weed. This explains a lot.
Yeah. This is what Eugene did with his time. Eugene was hippie. Hippie AF.
Maria would lose her shit if she saw this place. How do you get these together? Must have taken it forever. She
Eugene had his farm. If people can firebomb your house and get away with it, that should tell you how much they want to help. Yeah, man. It's like then. Yeah, they're not interested in like helping the community. They're just interested in helping maybe certain parts of the community, you know. Like certain people, certain members of the community that they're interested in helping. Everyone else, they don't care. You know, and something about when they say good coppers or good police, it's like it's not that all police are going to be the ones that beat you up, and of course not all the police are going to be the ones that are, you know, harassing you and stuff like that. I mean, that's I think it's clear that that's not every single policeman. That being said, one of the problems is that when that stuff happens, the so-called good police aren't always calling it out. You know, they're not always like, actually, yeah, I did see this happen, and you know, I'm gonna report it, and I'm gonna, you know, make sure people know about this, and make sure you receive the proper punishments or whatever. Because as a policeman, you should not be doing that. You should not be harassing people on the streets for any reason. So yeah, there are coppers that don't do that, but there's not enough that also not just not doing that, but are calling out the ones that are doing it, or reporting the ones that are doing it. It's very much a hush hush, keep quiet type situation, you know. And I'm pretty sure the ones that do actually say something, the ones that do actually report the bad cops and actually report them and say something about it, or do something about it, try to do something about it, they're the ones that are probably being like quietly forced out of the police force. You know, the ones that being like, oh yeah, we'll put you on a desk job, so you know what I mean. The ones that just come quietly get shoved away, that sort of thing. How's Ellie been able to do all this? Do all this fighting zombies and whatever, and can't even open a jar of weed? Like, come on now. Yeah, but now they got glass in their weed sticks. Naughty Dog encourage drug use. I don't know if this scene coming up is a spoiler, but it's maybe not like. I'll say it's a minor spoiler, so watch with caution. 420.
Give it a 6.
420 what?
A 6. Like a solid 6. Yeah, 6. I mean, now I really want to know how you rate it. You're infuriating. Have you met you? You make me want to go back outside and let out weather. Don't want to stop you. This better be better than a 6.
And that's where they should have set the place on fire. You flick a lit weed stick, and they did not set the place on fire. That's why I'm like, yo, that's unrealistic right there. I tried again some weed the other day. It's been a long ass time since I smoked. When was the last time you smoked a joint? I think the last time for me was years ago, man. It's got to be like 20 years ago, maybe even more. I think it was like 19 or 20. I was in uni at the time, so maybe about 19 or 20 was the last time I smoked a little wacky backy. You know, I think I'm just gonna run past these ones actually. Yeah, I think I'll just run past them. But yeah, about 20 years ago, maybe. Long ass time. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Oh, this way. Truth say though, if you're running through like cold water like that, you will not be able to move too well. Like your feet would be freezing. Wet socks on a cold day is not the one.
Okay, up this way.
Hey. Get those real quick. I think like 2012, I get hooks though, that's my problem, although I think I got more self-control nowadays. Yeah, I don't remember. Also, like, shouldn't Abby be deaf with that gunshot going off right close to her ears like that? Like, Abby should legit have lost her hearing. I don't know if you know this, but guns are pretty damn loud, and when they go right next to your ears like that, I mean, that could easily pop an eardrum. But yeah, I remember, like, my experience of weed, what I remember is that, like, I was in uni, and it was just at a time when you go to, like, the break room. You go to that student bar break room, and you know, almost always somebody had a spliff they're passing around. It was just like that, you know. That was just how that was. Like always, somebody had something and someone's passing it around. So it wasn't even like you had to buy it for the most part. Like you could find somebody giving it around. And then, but I remember there was one time at a party in particular where we went and yeah, everybody, it was just in the air. Like everywhere you went, there was like weed smoking. I guess people passing around the. I should have wasted that. Actually, I was. Oh. And yeah, I remember there was like, so the again, passed around the spliffs, all that. So much weed in the air because it was just this room. And I remember I was sitting there for ages. I don't even know how long. So it could have been like 5 hours, 6 hours, maybe even more. I was just sitting down for ages, like with all this like weed going around in the air and smoking it, everything. And what I remember is finally standing up after however many hours it was later. You know, like proper hours later. Shit. And then standing up and then just feeling like my legs were gone and I was just like a floating torso. I remember that. That's the feeling that I remember of like, okay, I think this must be what high feels like. Oof. Damn it! Coming from behind. I'm actually worried about the weed nowadays. It's grown so well. It's like crazy strong. Wow, that floating torso feeling exactly how I felt at my highest. Okay. Well, there was definitely a lot of weed in the air that night, you know. I remember like... But, yeah, I just remember I was sitting down for just ages. At least 5 hours. Got to be maybe even more, but at least 5 hours. Just like weed going around in the air, everybody in around. So there's people in my immediate group smoking it, passing it around. People around me smoking it, passing around. So it was like the air was thick with weed smoke, right? That's how it was. And then, so even if you weren't smoking it yourself, like just the air itself, you would have got something just from that. You know, that's how thick it was. So you're smoking it in the air, smoking it in the air, and then yeah, eventually standing up like. Whoa. That was an awesome high. It's a cool feeling. I mean, as much as I don't do that anymore, you know, and you know, various reasons for that, right? But yeah, you know, you gotta be honest. Like that feeling of, I get why people do it. I get why people, you know, do it for that feeling. And especially when you're doing it a lot, your body builds up a tolerance to it and you have to start doing it some more. I get it, you know. I'm not saying it's okay, you know, y'all do what y'all do, but I get it is what I'm saying. I understand. Oof. remember there was one guy in my school who everybody knew he smoked weed a lot. Like everybody, it was no secret. I'm pretty sure the teachers knew as well. Like it just wasn't a secret that he smoked weed a lot. But what happened is that we went to Denmark. Shoot, we went to Denmark for 2 weeks on a school trip, and so for the first maybe few days or so, he was just how he normally was. He's quite like a lively character, quite kind of bubbly, you know, that kind of thing. That kind of character, very, you know, energetic. And for the first maybe few days or so, he was pretty much the same as always was. And him and his friend, they were like breaking away from the group and looking for like a drug dealer, you know what I mean? Because they were all they're both like really into like weed and that. So they were like, yeah, let's break away. We're not looking for a weed supplier. But I guess they couldn't find one because, you know, he didn't get his supply of weed. And when he didn't get a supply of weed, he went from, I don't know if you ever see an episode of Friends with Fun Bobby, where Fun Bobby's like all energetic and lively when he's on the sauce, when he's drinking, but then as soon as he stops drinking, he becomes like this really boring, mundane guy. It was literally like that, but with weed. You know, so this guy went from being this really lively, energetic, life of the party type character, and then just like stopped. You know what I mean? That literally just stopped. He became so like he wouldn't move. He barely get out of bed. You know, he would just like, you talk to him, he would take forever to answer. It's like he was just in another world. His friend seemed to be relatively okay, but this guy was just like out of it. Like I remember he would be like smoking a cigarette and just like, you know, slowly lifting it to his mouth, just like, it's like, dude, that thing's gonna burn out by the time you get there. It was just like what he did. He just became so like, almost like not much more than dead, you know what I mean? Like he was just so like gone, and he was like that pretty much for the rest of the trip. And then, you know, we get back to London. I guess he gets his weed supply again. He's back in school and he's back to how he normally was. He's like lively, hey, how you doing, da, 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 da. You know, hey, how, you know, I was like, okay, yeah, this guy's got a problem. That's what we learned. We knew he smoked weed a lot. I don't think anybody realized he actually had a problem. But this guy had a problem, you know, like that, I don't know what he's doing now. The last I heard, actually, was years ago now, but the last I heard is that another guy wanted to pull out a hit on him for, I can't remember, something about a drug deal gone wrong or something like that, or a weed, I can't remember what it was, but it was like another guy from our school pull out a hit on this guy. And I don't know how successful that it was, if it went through, or if it was even true. I really don't know. But that's just the last I heard. I mean, this is maybe like I think about 5 or 6 years after I left school. That's when I think I heard that story. So yeah, I don't know what he's doing these days, but hopefully he's doing okay. Hopefully that guy didn't put out a hit on him. That'd be a shame. It was the first time we made cannabis tea, so we had a cup of that. I got impatient, so I rolled pure weed spliff and had it to myself. Wham, double effect. Oof. But it was the best high, non-stop laughing and floating. That's the thing, man. People walk around their weeds with like all the tobacco and shit, you know what I mean? Like, if you really gotta do it, then yeah, you know, you gotta, you know what I mean? Forget the people put tobacco on it because they're cheap. They're trying to make their little eighth last. You know what I mean? Their little tiny little eighth. They want that to last. So they put the tobacco in there and just like little dots. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you're gonna do it, then go all out, man. Either go all out or don't go out at all. Oh, these things are strong, you know. Yeah, complete filler. Made me feel sick, especially when they roll into. You get that. Yeah. What was that? The Riz, not Riz. What's it called? No, it's Rizzler paper. I can't remember what the other things got the back is called. But yeah, you get. It comes like green pack. I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. How about just stay behind Joel? Oh, maybe that doesn't work. Oof. Joel to the rescue, man. Oh, not getting no help, man. Not getting no help. Okay, let me do this right quick. Hey, Joel, you want to help me out here? Eesh. Oh, come on, man. Oh. Shit, missed. Oof. Oh, shit. You know, I'm pretty sure Joel is supposed to be helping me out with these things. Like, he seems to get a few good shots and then just, like, leaves it alone. Like, I've got, like, these 3-4 freaking infected on me, and this guy's just standing around, like, scratching his ass or something. Like, dude, I'm not even sad about what happens. I'm not even. Like, the way he's just not even helping me out right now, I do not feel bad for him at all. But you know what? I forgot to... Shit. I forgot to put my health up. So what do you think of this recent, well, not even recent, I guess it's been around a while now, but it's been a few lately where always missing it. Right, you know what I mean? Like, cheeky. Ugh. But yeah, there's a few recently where these voice actors, white voice actors, have decided to step away from their roles of playing black characters on screen, and like I said, it's not a new thing. It's happened before, but what do you think of that? What do you guys think of that? Oh. Oof. Oh, flipping out, man. I might actually need to start shooting some of these guys rather than just trying to fight them. I don't think that's working too well, to be honest with you. Ugh. I don't know how to think about it. If they think it's going to help, then fair enough. But me personally, I don't care too much. Yeah, like I said, that's pretty much my feelings towards it. Like, on one hand, it's like, if it is genuinely what they want to do, whatever. But yeah, I don't see, like, I don't think it's necessary. You know, it feels a bit like something that nobody's asking for. Oh shit, man. Oh. Oh. Yo. Oh. But yeah, it just seems like, I mean, whatever, you know what I mean? White actors have voiced black characters for a while, black actors have voiced white characters for a while. It just, whatever, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't think this moves the needle in any significant way. It could potentially set things back as far as voice acting goes, though. But I don't know, I guess that waits to be seen. Ooh. Damn it! My problem is when people in authority abuse their power. If my neighbor starts some shit, then it's whatever. When a judge hates you, it's a big right, you know? And that's like, I feel like that's what the discussion is about. Like, people in power abusing that power, like police brutality or just justice system being unfair towards blacks and Asians and and non-whites. That's what people are talking about. That's really what this whole thing has been about. So it's like, whether or not Whitey McWhiteyson voices Blackie McBlack. I don't think anybody really cared. But you know, if that's what they want to do, oof. Oh. Make them shots count. Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Oi. Oof. Like when your name is an issue when applying. When applying for a job, that shouldn't be this. Then that shouldn't be. That shouldn't. That be right? You know, that sort of thing. So yeah, this whole conversation starts like systemic racism. Police brutality, systemic racism. Those, you know, Breonna Taylor's killers are still free. I believe, as far as I'm aware, I don't think there's been any updates to that. You know, nobody cares about whoever voices some character like. When your shoes are a problem, but the next man is allowed in the club, that's an issue, right? You see that thing about that kid who was told he can't be in the restaurant because they have a dress code, and there was literally another kid dressed almost exactly identical that was fine. Gee, I wonder why his dress code is such a problem. Yeah, that's the world we live in. That's what people are trying to address. You know, just this idea of black is white is right and black is whack. Brown is frown, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's ridiculous. People are trying to sort out real issues here. They had those gates open for a long time though. They had that gate open long before the horses got there, man. You know what? I didn't notice it the first time, but oof, subtle. I like that, yeah. I didn't notice that before, but now that I'm watching it again, I didn't notice what they did with some of the characters. It was like, oof. Oh snap! I forgot to put the warning. Oh my! Oh sorry, dude. Yeah. That. Yeah, that's a pretty big scene, and some more big stuff is happening maybe in the next 10-ish minutes. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I forgot to give the warning coming up. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. But yeah, no, I totally get if you'd want to not watch for a little bit, because yeah, this is a big. I'm good with them, just observe this game. All right, cool, fair enough then, fair enough. Well, in that case, buckle up. We're about to go on a ride. Oof. Yeah. Oof, oof, oof. But yeah, that's the scene, or scenes, I should say, that pissed off a lot of people. That's one of the major scenes that pissed off a lot of people with this game. Amongst the big reasons why people didn't like this game, that was one of them. That was one of them. Yeah, a lot of people felt like he should never have been in that situation to begin with. For me, I just felt like the world they live in, it was gonna happen sooner or later. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, the type of world they live in, somebody was gonna do it. The type of character, the type of person Joel's been, if it wasn't Abby, somebody would have got him. So like what they did with in Walking Dead. What did they do in Walking Dead? To be honest, I don't mind spoilers at this point. I'm so far behind Walking Dead, I'm probably never going to catch up anytime soon. So it's all good. You can run rampant with the Walking Dead spoilers if you want to. But I know, I think I watched up to like season 7 or season 8, and then I'm not sure where it got to after that. No more supplies though. Oof. They killed Glenn with the baseball. Oh, that, yeah, okay, that I did see actually. Yeah. I did see that actually. Oof. Ooh, that is horrible way to go, man. But yeah, with Glenn's death in The Walking Dead, the thing for me is that I knew Glenn was gonna die because I saw somebody post something on Twitter where they had a picture of Glenn on a packet of like ground beef or something like that. So I knew he was going to die. I don't know how he was going to die. So what that meant is that the whole time I was watching, I think from like season, I guess like 6, 7 or 8, I can't remember which one he dies. I think it's like 7 actually. But the previous sort of episodes before he's down, I think to myself, okay, is this the bit we dies? And it was like various moments where it looked like he was about to get killed, and I was thinking, oh, this must be it, and then, oh no, it wasn't, and then it was like, okay, is this gonna be it? Oh no, it wasn't. Okay, is this gonna be it? Oh no, it isn't. And even when like they had them all lined up, I was thinking, okay, it's gonna be it. But I think the way they did it is that they ended the season right there, so you didn't actually see anything. In fact, if I remember correctly, no one actually got killed at the end of the season. But when the start of the next season came out, and it also kind of lying there, and then all of a sudden just smacks Glenn in the head with a bat, and you're like, whoa, okay. I knew it was coming. I didn't see that coming. Do you know what I mean? It was kind of like that. I knew it was coming, but I didn't see that coming. I was like, all right, cool, well played. But yeah, that was Negan. But yeah, and I'm so far behind The Walking Dead, man. I'm so far behind that show. That the last episode I remember watching was like they'd already met the king guy. Was it? I can't remember his name. Zoltan. There's another guy with a tiger. They met him and his people, and he's like really an actor, but he plays his role of a king. And by the end of the season, they were fight. It was them and was it Michonne and what's his face? I don't remember his name, but you know the police guy. But their group and the King's group, they were fighting against, I think, Negan's group, and the tiger came in and bit somebody, and the King was saying something like, this will not fall today, or something like that. And that's how the season ended. That's the last thing I remember watching. I don't remember if that was season 7 or season 8 or one of them. Yeah, it was jarring to say the least, but that's what you do now. I mean, get into characters. Yeah, stuff's around there as well. I mean, it was a good show, to be honest. I did enjoy The Walking Dead, but it did feel a bit samey after a while, and I did hear though that the last few seasons have been really epic. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're on Netflix or anything, so I don't really want to pay to watch them either. So it's kind of like, okay, either wait till it's on one of these services where I can watch it, or I just won't watch it. That's kind of how I feel right now. Or it might be on the American Netflix, actually. I do have a VPN, so maybe I'll check the American Netflix and see if I can watch it there. I might do that. But I think the most iconic Walking Dead moment is when they're in that prison. I think it was a prison anyway, and Carl's mother was about to give birth, and Carl's the only one able to deliver. He was the only one there to deliver the baby, and he does. But spoiler alert! I think you already know anyway. But yeah, spoiler alert in case anybody don't want no spoilers for The Walking Dead. But alright, cool, you ready? Spoiler. Okay, good. But yeah, he delivers the baby, but the mother dies, and he comes out of this place with the baby. Carl comes out holding the baby, and the police guy, like Carl's dad, Rick, is it Rick? Yeah, Rick Grimes. And like he's looking at Carl like he's got the baby, but then he's kind of realizing that, you know, his wife's not there, and he's looking at him like, Carl. And it's not supposed to be funny, and it really isn't when you're watching when you're watching it, but it is kind of like one of these moments where you look back at it and it's like it's almost pretty comical, like how it was, especially how it got memed so badly, and it's like, okay, yeah, cool, the internet wins again. Joel Miller. What I don't understand about this settlement that Tommy has with Maria is surely not everyone can have their own big house, right? Rabbit. They got letters and cards and stuff, and it's like, okay, who's making these cards though? I mean, this is a post-apocalyptic world. I know they're not like savages or whatever, but who's making these cards? He's making birthday cards or death cards or whatever. Did Joel live alone? Because ain't nobody else here. Why does Joel have this big house to himself? I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. How many still bookcases you got in your DVD game collection? I thought about getting some, but I don't have anywhere to display them at the moment. How many do I have? I don't know. Not many, to be honest. I mean... many. One sec. I'm just checking what I have. That's not Steelbook, is it? No, that's not Steelbook. That's just regular. It's just in the box. But yeah, I've got the... I've got The Last of Us 2. This is the Steelbook edition. So that's the Joel Miller and Ellie What's-Her-Face there. But yeah, Last of Us 2. I've got a few special editions, I guess. They're not all steel books, but I do have can't really see it right now actually, but it's probably behind something or other. Yeah, it might be buried somewhere behind, but I do have a Reservoir Dogs steel book, and it's shaped like a gasoline can, like you know the gas can that they use when he pours over that dude in the movie. So it's shaped like that. It's not the size of a gasoline. It's not that big, but it's effectively a DVD case where they've kind of designed it to look. It's got like a handle on top and a thing where it looks like where you can unscrew it. Let me try to find it actually. One sec. It's got to be here somewhere. Here it is. Yeah, Reservoir Dogs limited edition 2-disc limited 2-disc collector's edition. So yeah, this is a pretty cool case. Probably the coolest case that I have for a DVD or Blu-ray or anything. But this is DVD. Is it DVD? Yes, this is DVD. It's not Blu-ray, is it? I don't remember. I'm not sure how you open it. How do you open it? Oh, there you go. So this comes off. And it's got some cards that it comes with. So yeah, words you can't say on the internet anymore. It's got that there. And that's one. So yeah, it is pretty cool set. Oh, some more cards. We've got this one. You gonna bark all day, little doggy, or you gonna bite? And then it's the last card. The infamous ear. Hello, can you hear me? And then this is the actual disc. So the disc itself, I don't know if you could tell, but it's shaped like a matchstick box, like the old sort of matchstick boxes. It's a bit broken though, like some of the glues come off, but so yeah, that's supposed to be stuck to this, but it kind of came loose. But there's yeah, the discs. Oh yeah, you got a matchstick design there on that disc. So yeah. Pretty cool, eh? Pretty cool. But yeah, it's a 2-disc set, so it's like one disc is the movie, and I guess one disc is like a bunch of special features, which I'm not sure if I've even watched yet. You know, I very rarely watch special features on DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff. I used to, back in the day when DVDs first kind of came out, and there was, you know, they were all like novelty and stuff. But after a while, I just stopped bothering. You know, it's very rare that I bother if I watch the special features. I think the last time I watched special features on the DVD was with Inception, and that was years ago now. That was many years ago. Oh, okay. Put that away. But yeah, this is probably my coolest limited edition of anything that I have. The Reservoir Dogs set. Where did I put stuff? Yeah. No. There's something missing. Oh wait, I just moved. Okay, I was just behind it. Cool, no problem. There we go. Put those back. How about yourself? Do you have any like limited editions or stuff like that? Collector's editions of anything? Yeah, this was a limited edition. Too bad the game was a bit boring though. I never actually completed this. I got bored of it. I played it for about 5 or 6 hours, and I got bored. I might try it again someday. I've heard it gets amazing towards the end, but I'd have to muster up the will to try this again at some point. And Red Dead Redemption Special Edition as well. It's not much special about this one actually, to be honest with you. I think it comes with like a poster or something. But yeah, it's really just there's a box, which is, you know, nice. The game disc, or discs rather, it's 2 discs in there. Red Dead 2. But yeah, it comes with this. This is probably the main thing about it, special edition. It comes with this map poster. Map of the town. So you can put this on your wall or whatever if you want to. I'm not going to do that, but yeah, comes with that. Yeah, when I miss collecting DVDs, I actually switched to collecting posters now. Okay, nice. Some of those posters can fetch a lot, you know. I mean, I'm sure you know, but hey, some of those, like, though, if you can find out some of those like old school like 70s posters, like Bruce Lee movies, stuff like that, if they're in good condition, ooh, they can fetch a lot, fam. Some of those movie posters, those old school classic movies. Like £500 and upwards. I just bought an original Apocalypse Now poster. Nice. I'm going to collect it in a couple of weeks. Ooh, okay, nice one. How much that set you back? If an original poster. I'm always Apocalypse Now. 78. An original poster. I imagine that weren't like there weren't no £5 at HMV, was it? that weren't no. Was it free for a tenner at HMV? Like that I imagine was quite a bit more than that. Oh, 150. Actually, you know what? That's still too bad, you know. £115 with a frame. That's pretty good, actually. That's actually a pretty good price for an original poster. And it's original, like proper 1978. Good condition. It's not like ripped or anything like that, is it? Hopefully it's not like all like creased up or something, like the guy used to wipe his ass or something. Like, hopefully nothing that bad. It's still intact. But that's a really good price, £115 for an original poster from what, 78? A classic movie from 78? Yeah, that's a good price, man. That's a bargain. And with a frame. Yeah, perfect condition, 1979. Ooh, you got a good deal, mate. You got a very good deal. You got a blinding deal, mate. Yeah, I saw a I think it was I can't which movie. I think it was Enter the Dragon. I don't remember. It was a Bruce Lee movie. I know that much. But the guy had it in his store. He wasn't even a shop that sells posters. But he just had a poster of it in his store, and it was a poster from, I guess, what was Enter the Dragon? I guess what, 77 or something like that, 76, 77. And I asked him about it. I asked him if he'd consider selling it. And he said yeah, but he wouldn't let it go for anything less than 500. And I was like, a little bit more money than I have right now. A little bit more than I have. So I'm gonna have to pass on that one. But apparently he was telling me that he had it valued recently, so it's like, yeah, £500. I wanted it. I was like, alright. Yeah, let me get back to you. Let me get back to you on that one. Joel's daughter plays for Argentina. Yeah, I've done that before. Just too much to think about spending. Indeed, man. Indeed. And you know, I'm not even arguing with the guy. I'm sure it really is worth £500. Like, it's probably worth more than that by now, because it's a while ago, but it's just like sometimes you're gonna be like, you know what? Maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. But I don't know. I mean, I used to collect a lot of DVDs, not so much these days. I've got quite a lot of CDs as well. You can see some of them, I guess, that are on here. But there's quite a few going back. There's like 2 rows. Yeah, 2 rows of CDs plus this row at the front. I mean, I don't really consider myself much of a collector these days, but I guess I kind of collect vinyl. You know? Maybe not a hardcore collection of vinyl, but I've got quite a lot of vinyl over the last maybe couple of years or so. Mostly due to that job that I used to have where I was going around and clearing out houses and getting them stuff ready. You'd find like things that people leave behind, and I'd often pick up the vinyl pieces and take those. So I got like a bunch of stuff from like 1940s and like some old vinyl records from like the 40s, 50s and stuff like that. That's the one thing. I say that's the biggest, the single biggest thing I miss about that job is like just finding old vinyl and keeping it, because like you'd find some gems, man. You'd find some legit, straight up gems doing that sort of stuff. That's the one thing I miss about that job. But oh well, it is what it is. Plus, when I buy something, I tend to have a value for myself rather than thinking about a future selling price. Yeah. I think ultimately you can think more about what is it worth to me rather than what is it worth to the world, you know, because if you're buying it, especially if you're not necessarily planning on selling it, it's more like, okay, well, how much would I be willing to pay for this? I don't necessarily, oh, somebody else might want to pay £1,000, so let me pay $5. You know what I mean? It's not always like that. So, yeah, I get that. Speaking of vinyl, though, out of a lot of vinyl that I found, this is one of them. The Shadow's Greatest Hits. And I haven't listened to all the stuff that I've found, by the way, but I was listening to this recently. Shadow's Greatest Hits. And there's a track on this album, the very first track actually, you can see it. It's called Apache. Very first track on that album, Apache. And I've never heard of the Shadows before this. So like I said, I found it, put it on, just saying, let me see what this is about. And what I realized upon listening to it is that this is actually the original for where the Sugar Hill Gang sampled "Jump on It" from. So if you know the Sugar Hill Gang, "Time to jump on it, jump." This is what they sampled, Apache by the Shadows. So now I know. Now I know. Dun 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 dun. Time to jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Dun 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 dun. Time to jump on it. And if you're old school, you might remember that scene in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with Will Smith and Carlton when they're doing a strip, and they're like, "Time to jump on it." And great find indeed, indeed. So it's good when you find where samples from. Yeah, man. Especially with some of the old school ones where they're not always, unless you're like super familiar with the original, then you might know. But a lot of times, to my understanding at least anyway, and perhaps a rap historian might know better. In fact, a rap historian I'm sure will know better. But to my understanding, a lot of times with the old school days, samples weren't always credited. Like they'll pretty much take a song, sample it, and the original would not be credited. So there was a lot of like people getting sued or things like that. You know what I mean? People getting in trouble with like various people. Like, hey, wait a minute, that's my song. So yeah, you might not always know right away that you might know it's a sample, but you might not necessarily know right away where it's from. And if you look on the album inlay cards, whatever, it's not always going to be there. So yeah, sometimes we like go back into these old school musics from like the 70s or 60s or whatever, and it's like, oh, that's where that's from. Cool, man. But I was watching an interview with Ice Cube, and he was talking about hip hop and sampling. And he was saying that, you know, back in the day, like what would happen is that you'd sample a song, and then the creator of the song, the original creator of the song or the music, would say like, okay, well you can use the song, but I'll take, I don't know, like 2%, 3% or whatever of the sales. And it's like, all right, cool, we'll do that. But then eventually people started getting a bit greedy and started asking for like bigger cuts, and that's what led more to hip hop artists like seeking out, you know, their own original beats. So that's why you don't hear so much samples anymore, which is you know, it's a shame on one hand, because I think they were doing some really cool things with the samples, but at the same time, it's a cool thing that you get more original music. So it's kind of one of these double-edged things where one form of creativity dies, but another form of creativity strives. So if only both could exist, but oh well. His website called Who Sampled Great Sources. Oh, okay, cool. Bup, 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 bup. Time to jump on it. That's not the way to go, is it? Must be the other way. But I remember back in like the 90s, Puff Daddy would like Puff Daddy was practically the king of samples back in the 90s, like. And with Puff Daddy samples, like most of them were songs that you probably would recognize. So one even like, you know, you'd hear the song and maybe you'd think, I mean, you even though that you knew it was a sample, but you might not know where it's from, so it's new to you, that sort of thing. It was just like, no, it was usually like a recent pop song that he sampled. I was like, all right, cool, we'll know where that's from. You know, no mystery there. I grew up in a sample-filled beat, so I missed them. But yeah, it's good for creativity. Yeah, indeed. Doom, 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 doom. What's interesting as well is when you
Whoa. Set the QC. Watch the high spots.
what's interesting is that when you hear these samples or you hear the original for the sample, and it really kind of opens your eyes up to how diverse a hip hop DJ or a hip hop musician has kind of got to be with their taste, with their musical taste, because like you might not think of it that oh they're into hip hop, maybe they just listen to rap, but the fact that they're sampling so many different songs from so many different genres, from so many different eras, it really lets you know that the people who are doing this aren't just some guy sitting around and listening to one style of music. Like, these are guys who are very much well versed in different styles and different forms of music to be able to even think, okay, this is your song. I've got a beat in my head. I know where to get it from. And also not just to take the sample, but of course to do something with it. So it's not just like, because it is a sample. It's not just taking that piece of music and just running with it. It's taking it, sampling it, adding a beat, adding a snare, adding a bass. Doing all these kind of things around with that sample. So there is a creativity within that, but also just a mindset of finding those types of music, and that doesn't come from only ever listening to Tupac or only ever listening to, do you know what I mean, one style of music. That's from listening to music from over different genres, from different years, from different parts of the world, and just like piecing it all together. So yeah, definitely an incredible skill to be a DJ. Yeah, I think Sting made some good money from Puff Daddy. Most likely did. Sting could probably retire an amount of money made from Puff Daddy. He probably did retire the amount of money made from Puff Daddy. It's like, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to make any more music again. I'm good. And this Puff Daddy guy. Do all the work. When I make mashups, sometimes have use the original instrumentals just because the rap version isn't available. I guess the original instrumentals are probably cleaner as well, to be honest. I mean, original instrumentals before they've added all the beats and the bass and everything else. So once you got that, you could probably do a bit more with it in terms of your own creativity. Whereas if you got something that's already got like everything else added to it, I mean, you can still do stuff with that, but then it's like you kind of got to work around it a little bit as well. Remember one sample that really surprised me was when I heard the original for, so Tupac has that song "Hit 'Em Up," which is the Biggie Smalls diss. So that was a Biggie Smalls song. I can't remember the name of the Biggie Smalls song it's from, but it's actually a Biggie Smalls song that he used. But then the actual beat, the sample, is from a group called M People. And I don't remember the name of the song right now, but it goes, Amadeo, Amadeo, I'm a G.I.O. Doom, 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 don't look any further, I'm the G.I.O. Stuff like that anyway. Close enough. But I was like, raw. Hip hop guys listen to British pop music. Like, okay, now we know. Hardcore gangster rappers listen to British pop music. Like, that's an eye opener. You know, these people really should be wearing gloves. Same with Uncharted. Like, they really should be wearing gloves when they're climbing, because their hands must be mash up. But yeah, I would say this game though, it does feel a bit Uncharted-y at times. Like, if you ever play Uncharted, like some of these bits where you're kind of jumping around, climbing stuff, you know, that does feel. Oh wait, no, it's not that way. We're going. It's down here. That does feel very Uncharted-y, which is not a bad thing. I'm not hating on it, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's all Naughty Dog still. But yeah, stuff like this, especially like later on when you're climbing up real high, like there's bits in Uncharted where I'm like, yo, this is straight out of Uncharted, where you're just like climbing up these high things and you got to balance on certain things. It's like, yeah, this is Uncharted. This is legit Uncharted right now. That's what this is. Yeah. Yeah, you find some things. I think you're right, as long as it's only noticeable in bits, it's fine. Some games look the exact same to me. Yeah, indeed. I mean, this is definitely its own game. But yeah, definitely a few bits inspired by Uncharted. But yeah, it's all Naughty Dog, so it's not like they ripped off some other company. Who's we? Oh. went a bit too far out. I must have bad peace out that. Yo, it's the Mac. I'm gonna say it's. I got the wrong. I'm sorry. Yo, Mr. Man, it's late. Appreciate you coming through. Big up for coming through. Big up to you and your crew. Big up for the sub, 11th month sub. Big up to you for that. I'm probably gonna go for just a little bit more, and then I need to put this damn code in, doesn't I? Main gate 0512. But yeah, and I appreciate coming through, man. Big up to you. Hopefully I'll be streaming again soon. Maybe tomorrow or the day after. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna try and stream as regularly as possible. So hopefully catch you soon. But yeah. As for me, I think that actually might be a good place to save and quit. It's been what, just over 2 hours, 2 hours 20 minutes now. So yeah, let me save and quit. That might be a good place to end today. But yeah, I'm gonna try and stream at this same sort of time on a regular basis. It's maybe not, my current thought is like to stream at this sort of time daily, but it might not always work out that way. It might not actually be daily, but I feel like this is a good time for me to stream for at least like 2-3 hours, or say 2 to 3 hours. So that's the kind of plan, to do daily, or at least almost daily at this sort of time. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But for now, yeah, I think it might be a good place to call it for today. So guys, to the talkers and the stalkers, to the stayers and the strayers, appreciate you and all that you do. Hopefully see you again soon. But until whenever, if ever, peace out, y'all.